Bitcoin holding 64,000 strong. 200 moving average holding on the 4 hour, the 20 in the 1 hour, 8 hour looking spicy. We might get a massive move here in the next few days. This is Tuesday, Bobby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 64,200. I'll see you soon. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Check, check, check. Is this thing on? See, that's why I do this every single day. You know what I mean? And it seems so simple, but it's like, dude, and how do you slip up? You know, how do you make that move? How does it happen? Nobody knows. We're human beings. We think we got it locked in all the time, and we don't. We think we're spot on, and we don't. You know, we think we got it every single time, but we don't. We got it like 999 days, don't get me wrong, but there's going to be one day. Anyway, what a blessing. Today ain't that day, right? We made sure today is better than that beginning. My team deleted it. Never happened. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We're going to GPU encoding today instead of... So I switched to AMD 8264 instead of X264. Let me know if you see a difference. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. I want to know. Today I'm streaming with the AMD GPU instead of the X264 on the CPU. So you tell me if there's a difference, if you like it, what's happening. I feel like my pocket square is falling down here. Hold on. Like, what's the point of a pocket square if it doesn't end up in the shot? I always wondered that. It's always a big thing for me. You know what I mean? Like, if you had it on, but it ended up below camera view, like, did it ever exist? You know? I didn't need that. Yeah, there. Sorry. I'm not that funny. I think I am. Yeah. Hey, it's better than nothing, right? I mean, at least I got something going. I mean, some people got nothing. They got nothing at all. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if there's more of me here that I can snatch, or is that all I got? No, that's a bit it. It's a bit it. I know what to do. My kids hit these buttons, man, without me knowing. That's what happens, man. My daughter comes in the room and they hit these buttons. I forget, and they move my desk when I don't know. Anyway, feeling right and ripe, ready to go, fit and fiddle, ready to fight, ready to go to war. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Up a little more. It can be the camera. Sometimes your neck. There's so much going on. Fix this thing so it's like in my bag. First thing we want to take a look at is BTC. See what's happening to Bitcoin. Yet, of course, I'm in a long. Oh my gosh, people are like, he's long. Yeah, the guy who longs. But I'm in a long right now. Where do you think? On weeks. And I'm long on weeks. And I'm up about $141 of that trade. Remember, I'm still inside that 3-day long that I've showed you almost every single day for weeks now. I must have been open for 10 days. I'm still in a long. I'm up 140. Remember, we took 200 twice yesterday. And if we keep doing that, if we keep taking $200, you know it adds up, right? You know that money actually turns into more money. If you take $200 5 times, it's $1,000. I know, right? I know. Nobody knew that though, right? Everyone thought you had to make $1,000 immediately. No. You can make $200 5 times. No, seriously, if the whole, as funny as that is, if the whole world acted in that way, acted as such, there'd be so much more moneymakers out here. You know, people would have a lot more money. It is the camera too. If the camera can just come down just a tad. There we go. Now I can put, and then the screen go up just a tad. Now I get the screens up to look at so my neck doesn't hurt. The camera coming down. That's why the camera has to come down so I can look up. There's a whole thing to this. I shouldn't give away my secrets. These are deep secrets, man, because you can't stream like I can every single day unless your whole anatomy is corrected. You're doing the right thing. I'm going to get back to like streaming standing up soon. I can't even believe how I used to do standing up. You know what I mean? I'm like, how did I used to stand up stream? It's crazy. Now I sit here all nice and cozy, lazy. I got to get back to standing. That's far more active. I did it the other day. I did the stand-up desk for 10 minutes. My foot hurts so bad. Not my foot, but like just my feet in general. It's not easy. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here. Let's put the lemon in the water. You know, back to the Pineal Clan decalcification. I don't know why I stopped doing that. Let's get ourselves back on that journey. You know, the lemon in the water, get the alkalinity, get it going, a little pinch of salt. So why was I long? I just like this flag here. You know, once Bitcoin pumped, it was up here yesterday. I told you we were likely going to go sideways till we got back to the 21-day moving average. You know, and then we had this quick spike up, which got people a little excited. I did show that on the 15. I said, the 15 minutes in a flag. I said, we could trade this, but you got to know that we're just a little extended on the smaller, bigger time frames. Bitcoin. Nice pump to the upside. Nice $400 scalp for Sammy. And I could begin to move this stop loss to break even now. And if we take this, we're in the money yet again. For the third time in a row, that'll be 3 trades straight on the live stream. It looks just kind of unpredictable. I mean, that's a spike and a half. Let's take a look at the smaller time frames and how that looks out. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty far for the 21. Nice big pump there to the upside, though. Bitcoin. I just want to take $500 off the table. My goal is to make $500 to $3,000 a day. If I'm almost there, my goal. So close. 471, I like that. That's just unsustainable. That is a short squeeze, and I'm already in another long, and I've got all the longs open. I got paid just now on that trade, baby. And it looks like it's going to continue. There's the 21 above the 200 on the 1 minute time frame. That's exactly what I do. This trade played out yesterday. It was the exact same sauce right here. Where was it yesterday? We go back. It played out right there too. But yesterday, if you remember, we were on you. We gave you this trade right here. Right there. Exact place to get in with the exact stop loss. Like, I give the exact entry of the day to my trading group. Like, we were in here with a stop below there. You actually could still be in the money if you took that trade. And what a spike to the upside for Bitcoin. Plowing ahead, baby. 64,005, and the shorts just got squeezed. Shout out to my lifers. We did it again. We did it again. We did it again, baby! Are you not entertained? The man who hits almost every single time he shows up on a trade over here. And we got a pump the second I showed him. I don't have to do anything else for the rest of the day, huh? I was in the trade for literally a couple minutes. Nice little pump. I did get out on the first trade, hit the second trade, so I'm 1 for 1. But the first trade was a very small loss. This was a way bigger win. Very exciting times. Growing accounts. This is how you do it, folks. And this is a pretty serious pump to the upside. I like what I'm seeing. We're going to look at the implications of the bigger time frame. Shout out to my lifers. Let me jump on into the chat because I know the chat is probably popping off right now. And this is the stream. This is the stream where we give you the education to actually go home with a day's pay. I see a lot of people out there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that for you. I'm a trader guy. I'm this. Dude, we give you the education. We teach you live how I make a day's pay every day. And I'm not going 20,000 for 100,000, 20,000 for 60,000. And I'm not, when I lose, I'm not losing 10 to 20, 30 grand. It's these, you know what I mean? This is a sustainable lifestyle. This is a realistic lifestyle. I'm not selling a movie theater to get you to sign up to other things. You get what I mean? I'm using these tools live on weeks. I'm going in and going out of my trades. I'm having a ball. I'm having a blast. Things are playing out for me live in front of you constantly. Shout out to you, Sam, man. We did it again, Marcus. Marcus, I did it again, baby. Did it again. And look, it looks like it's going to continue, man. And I didn't get out of this trade even though I was down. I've been down in this trade for about $1,200, $1,300. I never wavered. I was down 700, 500, 600. Never wavered. Bitcoin continuing to do damage, but getting far away from that 21 tells me that I did the right thing by selling into pressure. You want to be buying in at the low when nothing's happening. You want to be selling into the pump. Use the liquidity to get paid. You see what I'm saying? I wonder how we're going to get together. Put a 333 if you made gains trading with the lifer right now. And look, only 555 people. Where are my lifers? We had 2,000 people here every day. Nothing has changed. We have never stopped producing gains. We have never stopped pumping out the wins. We have never stopped. We have never stopped, folks. I'm gonna unbutton the second button here. I'm gonna show my seashell. I'm gonna expose my seashell. No, but seriously, I put the seashell on my necklace to remind me that life is about going to the beach with your family and your friends. It's about gold. You know, the gold is cool, but it's about going to the beach with your family and friends. If you can have both, the memories and the gold, man, which is the finance and the beautiful family and friends, this is what everyone's going for. You can't buy this shell. You got to find it on the beach and put it on your necklace. You know what I mean? You can't buy it. You can't buy the setup that I got going on. You got to make the setup. You got to go put it together yourself in nature. Wow, 640, 638. I would have made a nice penny, but it's okay. No woulda, shoulda, coulda. I sold it. And I tell my students this. I don't care if you got in here and sold there, or got in here and sold there, or got in there and sold there. It doesn't matter what you did. If you got a piece of this move, you nailed it. Shout out to everybody with the pump to the upside, baby. And then, the 1 hour does look good to me. So it suggests that the 1 hour could get a massive move, but dang. And here we go, man. It looks like they're going to rip this puppy to the upside. And again, I'm telling you, If you're in my trading group, I predicted this with some eerie, a big long is potentially brewing here. I do not desire to miss it. For less than $3 a day, what else can I do for you? CryptoLifer.com, CryptoLifer.com, CryptoLifer.com. I'm here every single day. I don't take days off. I haven't taken a day off in years. What else can I prove to you guys? How else can I show you the greatest trading product that has ever been created online? Proven. Every single day without days off. I show you guys the trades. I teach you guys how to get in. I show you the stop losses. We go through all of it. We look at BOOKMAP. We find liquidity. Dang, man, I sold a little early on that one. Dang, that's a pump and loss. That's pumpology right there. I showed you BOOKMAP. It was red. BOOKMAP said BOOKMAP eyes liquidity above. 65,000 was darker than the lower area. So it told us that we were likely going into those regions to 65K. You see this? Wow, the pump is furious right now. One of the biggest 1 hour candles we've seen in a while. I will tell you, we're getting far away from that 21-day moving average on the 4 hour time frame. And what goes up must come down. As much as I love this pump, we're getting a little bit extended. I tell you, the daily also wants to come to that 200 moving average. This is the daily double bottom preparing to launch. We actually might just get a massive move. Hold on, I'm going to delete everything here. We might just get a massive move on this daily. And this is why I'm long on that 3-day. This is why I've been long on all these time frames for Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? So, this is what we're talking about, baby. And did the whole market get a pump? Is this NASDAQ across the board? Or is this just, you know what I mean? Is this not getting no, we'll see. But this is, look at the 777s. 64,777. Oh my gosh, I love it. And look, this trade is now only down the smallest it's ever been. About to get paid on this one. Dang, man, this looks beautiful to me. The double bottom on the daily. And I'm long on that 3-day ever since we were in the double, the inverted head and shoulder. I got in right here on the shoulders, so that's why I'm right around that area. And I put the stop below these wicks. They never took that downside liquidity out yet, so I stayed in that trade. Wow, what a monster move for Bitcoin, though. It's not stopping. It's at 900, folks. I am like kicking myself right now. Oh my gosh, one of the most unsustainable pumps of the one, man. I should have just rode that thing. Dang. Well, hey, it is what it is. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. I got to get that out of my mind. I'm so grateful that I gave you guys the trade. I'm grateful that I positioned the entire trading group into a monster long. And I'm grateful that I sold it to the pump. We know it's nothing goes up forever. There's going to be a consolidation of some type at one point. I'll be honest, though, that daily candle looks scary. Like it might just continue to rip. We might get some monster moves here on that daily. It really could happen. It's a bit crazy. Wow, it's going to 65K, just exactly where BOOKMAP said we would go. BOOKMAP is so spot on, it's insane. BOOKMAP said there was a ball of liquidity at 65,000. The trading group, so you're in my trading group, I'm basically breaking down liquidity for you every day. I'm teaching you how to trade it with the indicators of the moving averages. I'm front-running pumps that are about to happen with this eerily sense of like a trader instinct on the market. Projecting a 4-hour bull flag. I have the guts enough to show you the stop losses, which most people would never do because they wouldn't be able to put their stop losses out there and believe they really would actually not get hit. And yeah, I'm running my mouth today because stay humble, man. Stay humble. But the thing is, I just took a long on the setup. And I said I got out of the long and I said I'm back in that long. I don't want to miss it, man. And bang, we get the pump to the upside. 64.9. Insanity. Insanity. One of the monster pumps, man. Sorry. Let me know if you were shorting the market and counter trading the lifer. It's okay. I just want to know. We could help you. Or maybe, maybe you were up huge and you, when the short came up, you got stopped out into massive mounts. You just were, you could have taken a little more. You know what I mean? Okay, we got one guy. He said it shorted it because it's ripping because I shorted. You're welcome. God bless you. No worries, man. It's okay. Sam, the Discord, I can't send any message. You know why that is? No, I have no idea. Crypto Lifer, the realest one, man. It might be for the better, man. Just sit there and absorb. No, I'm just joking. I don't know why you can't send messages, though. This is a live stream that shows people how to get paid with a simple strategy we execute every day together. So now we all know the strategy. I've taught the world what I do. It's not like rocket science at this point, right? I've given what I should never have given, you know what I mean? I could have packaged it and so whatever. And I will. Some people will be nice enough. The whole point is this. Thanks to Crypto Life for Unprofitable. God bless you. God bless you too. Did scalp the short, then write too long money. Open short now. Was waiting for the 1 minute low Stokes and then went to cook some breakfast and missed it. Dang. Been in a short for 3 days. Yeah, you got to be aware though. That's why I don't miss these trading moments here today. This is where it happens right now. Been in the short for 3 days, half the long, still in play from 59 though, so all good. Okay, I mean, you're in a boss long. I love it. I sold too early, also FOMO now, but happy to have a little. Amen, dude. Could you tell? Hey, there's days we could have lost money, man. I've lost money. We're 3 trades straight here on the live now. 2 yesterday, 1 here on the live. So we're 3 for 3. If you have watched the lifer, let's see how long we can keep the streak alive. Maybe it's one of the best streaks of my life. We might go. What if we go 20 for 20? The most trades I ever won straight was 22 straight trades, man. I'd love to go 23. Hit the MJ, the Michael Jordan magic number, right? Back down to the 21-day moving average is the likely scenario here. As beast mode as usual, Sammy. God bless you, brother. 3 million shorts wrecked in the last hour, bro. Just sold, boys. Nice job. We pump it, baby. Shout out to my lifers. We started the stream like a dang wrecking ball, baby. You know what I mean? We started call me the male version of Miley. No, but seriously, we came in like a wrecking ball, dude. This has been one of the best streams of my life already. Like, God, thank you so much for everything you've given me. Thank you for these opportunities and these abilities to feed my family and friends with gains. So excited. Come on, man. Who didn't get paid on that? Look how many green candles there were in a row on the 1 minute, and we were there at the beginning stages. We nailed it. We nailed it. And all you could get in right there. This is a 10-to-1 trade. Look at the risk to reward on these trades. This is why I teach this. Say you got in and we were able to ride it a little further. I got in somewhere there. But you ride that puppy all the way, and the stop was right here. It's a 10-to-1. Heck, I got out at a 6-to-1 or something, right? You know what I mean? What a beautiful trade. I absolutely love this life, and I love what I do, and I'm excited to be here with each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on in and getting this knowledge with me, because you can give it to others. You can spread it around the world. You can become content making money from home, and you know how good of a parent you are when you're home making gains? When your kid comes home and you've made money trading, there's a really amazing feeling. You could take them to the park with this, and you could breathe. When you're in the park, you can breathe out. There's no boss on you. There's no timing on you. It was all on you. There's pressure when it's all on you. Easy to go to a job. I just got to show up there and make, I'm a pizza maker, I'm a waiter, I'm whatever it is, And no offense, I did those jobs. I was a waiter. I was a busboy. What else did I do as a kid? I was a waiter. I was a busboy. I worked the night shift inside. When I got into computers, though, I played with computers, and I found jobs where you had to play with a computer. And I got into video editing and editing software, and I started studying editings, and I got into that type of, what's called post-production. Every show you ever saw on TV, the production crew came back after shooting it, obviously, right? They had the actual talent they were shooting, and the production crew came back. And they handed it to somebody. And that was called a media manager, who then would organize it on site. And then that person would deliver it to the office, where there would be a nerdy guy with glasses, usually, for whatever reason, that had multiple computers ready to go. And he would begin what's called the transcoding process. See, when you work so like, say you're in a reality TV show, and what you're doing is you're doing pilots. So pilots keep coming into your company, and you're doing as many pilots as you can. Different ideas people are bringing you. You might even shoot some of them for free. Some of them you're kind of, some of them you think are so good that you're putting your own money behind them. Eventually a pilot, and then you pitch these pilots to the networks. Eventually you hope that, if you have a good relationship, a couple of these come through. A&E, right? And this is that low budget documentary reality TV show. So a lot of the stuff in New York City, I learned this, and so then boom. You get a couple of those reality TV shows, and this was big for a long time. I don't know if the market share is as big as it is now. But bam, we're looking to see if this can bounce off the 21 so we can continue the move. All right. But it's just what I did for a living, and bang, anyway, and everything you see on TV is shot, and then it's transcoded into basically a 10-to-1, and then it's edited at 10-to-1, meaning 10-to-1 the ratio of its actual resolution and size. So you can save space in a because you have like a 24,000 terabyte drive, or back in the day it was 24 terabytes, but now it's way bigger. And you'd have these massive drives with massive drives in them that were fiber optically linked to all the rooms, and all the computers could write to them all around the office. This is how you could run an efficient, you know what I mean? And so every computer's writing to all the drives, and you partition each drive for each show, so each show has its own little section, or whatever, temporary pilot, and bang. But you can't use all of this space, and all the footage keeps coming in. So what you do is you put the footage in at like 15-to-1, and you edit at a lower res, and then when you're done, you high res only the shots that you've used inside the final product. I was the one in charge of taking all the stuff down low, basically bringing it down at a lower ratio. And then I was the one that would print out what are called the EDLs, edit list, find out every single shot. I'm talking thousands of shots, because they would take them from every single tape. Back then it was tapes. I'd have to find every single tape to put a tape in at the right time. And I'd sit there with a box next to me all night putting tapes in a thing. No lie, like 3 hours straight. So I'd set up like a Netflix movie or something, and I'd sit there and then there would be an error. I'd have to run out, go to the computer every 10 or 20 minutes and see something happen, or rerun a reel, or something with the time code would be off. And I'd do as fast as I could to get it done, And that was my job, man. I basically was that's called up-resing. Eventually it turned into cards, and we never had to use tapes again. You know what I mean? But dang, man. It was crazy. I'm sitting there and I'm running a night shift, but that was only part of my job. Other charts, I had other things running on other computers, but that was the manual labor part. I had to sit there and just pop tapes in. I had four machines running at once, so I'd be like, and I had edit lists right next to me, and I'd have lists, and then I'd have drawers with all the tapes by number, and I'd be like, oh my God, and then I had boxes, oh my God, thousands of tapes all around me, dude. Oh my God, I just forgot about all the yellow tapes. I haven't thought about it in so long. Sorry, but that was my life, man. Anyway, let's get back into brass tacks here. Stop wasting your time. I know you don't want to hear anything about my life. All you care about is the charts. But, hey, man, I get it. So let's see what can happen. I mean, that was a massive pump. Either you got a piece of that or it took a piece of you, right? Let's be honest. Either you got a piece of that pump or it took a piece of you. Like, there's really no way around it. But definitely exciting times to be alive, folks. And, this might actually continue to rustle some feathers here on the short side. I'm stuck on this channel, man. I'm stuck on each and every one of the lifers that are here supporting the channel, man. You people are amazing. Yeah. Bang. Thank you, old brother. Yeah. No, for sure. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, so let's take a look at what's happening on the bigger picture for BTC. Right now, it would be nice if we get a bit of a bounce. I'm telling you, that 4 hours just really far for the 21-day moving average. And as much as I love that pump and it looks good, let's see if there's, we're going to have to stay, though. We're going to have to, this is good. The 4 hours now, we want to see a close above the 200 moving average. Last time we did that, this one here, we went on a tear. We went up from 63.5 all the way back up to 65.2. So we got ourselves a little bit of a trade here. So let's look at the worst and the best case scenario right now. Let's just look at this. Like, what do we, because I've watched a lot of this price action before. Let me kind of play with the scenarios here. What's about to happen? Or what could happen? Let's look at the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, complete short squeeze, lack of volume. We kind of make a lower high. This looks like descender, head and shoulder pattern, and we dump somewhere back down here, and it was just kind of like a shakeout, fake out to test the upper liquidity zone. It ends up becoming a tweezer top, lower high on the 4 hour time frame, right? I'm just, you know what I mean? I see the bigger double bottom on the daily that looks like we're ripe for gains. But this is one thing we have to look out for. Another thing is we're a little far for the 21 now on the 4 hour time frame. Every time you've seen that, like here, we're kind of right here right now as far as I'm concerned. Let's go back in time. I'll do that on my other, and I'll show you something that'll blow your mind. Using the replay tool is really nice. It kind of really, it sets a lot of things into perspective. So let me show you but the worst case scenario I'll always like to build first. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Could send us right back down here, couldn't it? Somewhere down to 63,500 for Bitcoin. Not the worst, which still be some chop. Like I told you, man, we're going to take what Bitcoin gives us. Today it went up from 63 to 64.8. There was an $1,800 move. And then this move was 64.1 to 60, it was like $800 move. You had to be precise to make the gains today. You had to be precise. You had to have a position size the size of Bitcoin or bigger. So make about, if you had half a Bitcoin size, you could have made about 400. But if you had a size about Bitcoin or bigger, 64,000, you could have made about $400 to $800, depending on how, if you knew what I knew and you got in when I got in, if you learned what I, yeah. The capitulation, what it does is it drains the masses so they can't handle it. It's really good for guys like me. I've been in the game a long time. They set the game up to drain you. It's made to keep you bored. It's made, there's days where I'm like, dude, I got to go fishing. I can't take this anymore. And I do. I step away from the computer and I feel strange because I know my trading group, everyone's like, and I got to tell everyone, like, this is just, and I tell myself, this is what happens. There's ups and downs through the markets. There's a month it's August and September are the toughest 2 months of the year. September can pleasantly, every once in a while, give you a massive amount of volatility. And you know what? So far, August hasn't been the worst. Like, this could be beautiful here. The 5-minute time frame may, and maybe it rips and we miss out. The daily looks hot right now. So that's why maybe the 4 hour could get a little further away than it normally is. Right? Made 800 of funded. My man, God bless you. And if you want to get funded, we have Bitfunded. Access to Bitfunded. Very simple and easy. Go down there and jump on in. They have a BOGO. Buy one, get one. And it's very simple. And you could use their funds. And you could take the trades, that we put out on the trading group and be very selective. And bang, what a beautiful move there on the 5-minute. I mean, that's just seeing 3 green candles there. That is 3 white soldiers too. That's a strong reversal pattern to the upside. It's a strong bullish pattern. We'll see. I'm all about the 21. When I start gapping away for the 21, I know the price action has a little bit of time before it can get there again. A moment of pause is needed. I do the same thing. Shout out to the 18-year-old who joined the Army Infantry because paratroopers serve as quick reaction force out of Italy. Shout out to all the veterans becoming more intelligent and skilled. Blessings, blessings. Yeah. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Where my lifers, man? Put a 333 in the chat if you made gains on the live, man. Where are my lifers? Shout out to everybody here on the live. People are absolutely amazing. Yeah, CPU 36, if, yeah, 30, even 30. It's good. It's a very good. Yeah, I was just monitoring my GP and CP usage, which I haven't done ever. Really, I never cared. It never seemed to matter. But it's just fun. Now that I'm building a new computer, I want to see what that's going to rise up to what I got now. So I'm getting really, like, you know, real crazy with it. Here we go. See, I don't expect this to pump. Right now, I'm like, dude, if it keeps pumping, it means it's like, it's something out of the ordinary, which I always have to be ready for. Anything is possible. Let's get back, you know, to the idea. So anyway, worst case scenario is that head and shoulder pattern, we come back. But the best case scenario is we just get some, like, we go sideways now for about 20, you know, a little bit. Like you hit okay, and you're going to see, I mean, you can already see how fat this candle is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24 hours. This tells me a day and 8 hours, something like that. You know what I mean? 30, 34 hours, 30, yeah, that'll be 32 hours, right? 30, yeah, 32 hours, 6, yeah, 6. So, and we may just be in for this. A little bit of chop here. And what they could do is they can kind of make it seem like a head and shoulder too, get more people to short that, and then they'll just squeeze another group of people up here who don't understand when the 21's above the 200 that you must take longs over shorts. Just like when the 21's below the 200, you must take shorts over longs, likely, until you see a divergence or a double bottom, and then you should not be shorting that. There's these gurus and tell you they're going to take out the liquidity down here every time, but it's just not the case. These are patterns that break out 68% of the time. 68% of the time, you're not going to take out the liquidity. They may take it out a week later, weeks later, months later. I don't know for sure. But to me, you're going to get your measured move, and that's all that matters. As a day trader, you're looking for a pattern and taking a measured move. Look, they did it again here. They made a beautiful double bottom, and that thing, they never rated that liquidity. That is still, remember, I still got longs below here. Again, maybe it doesn't play out. And look how they faked out this beautiful complex head and shoulder that I just said. I just didn't have the guts to short for the first time in a long time because I had this, I can't explain it. Really, the main reason is because of the 3-day chart. The way the 3-day chart looked. It looked really good to me. Because it looked so good, I was like, you know what? Anyway. I'm telling you, if you trade with me, this is what you're going to learn. And I'm almost like, and I could, you know, this is what I could positively say. You're going to know when to get in to trades. You're going to know when the best time to enter trades are. Based on the day, like the actual time of day. If you didn't know nothing about trading, technical analysis, if you hang out with me, you're going to know the best time of day to trade. The actual day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're going to understand that. You're going to understand liquidity. Okay, you're going to understand why price action might move a certain way besides just looking at patterns and indicators. You're going to see BOOKMAP in the morning and at night, throughout the day with me. You're going to understand liquidity with me. Exactly. Yeah, so, you want to just keep, and then what you also know is exactly when to get in based off the moving averages. So you'll know when to get in based on the date. So now you'll stack the best times to trade. Like Tuesday is just amazing. Like the fact that we hit our trade on Tuesday and everything worked out, bang. Like Tuesday and Wednesday is a day where like, if it, I up the ante usually. Dude, that's a day's pay. That's all a man needs right there. Could have been a little riskier and made, and if I stayed, I would have made about a G. If I just stayed in the trade, maybe even a little more. It's okay. I'm not stressed though. I don't do that woulda, coulda stuff. I made a beautiful amount of money in a very small amount of time. $500 in what? Like 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? I'll take it every day of the week. Anytime there's a spike like that, I know it's unrealistic not to sell that. You know what I mean? Like it's greedy not to sell a pump like that. So remember, we found this liquidity. We got out yesterday. We rode this wave up yesterday. We did. And then I told you to wait for us to... You can even see... Look what I say. I'm like a bull that waits. That little joke. I can't say it on the live, but like the two bulls at the hill. You know what I'm saying. And the guy's like, let's all run down. And the guy's like, no, let's walk down. And I typo like a drunken monkey over here. 1 hour is going to come back to hang with the 21 MA. Likely a short or slow pullback for Bitcoin. See? I'm telling you, and there's a chance. I was like, it might get this pump. I said, 15's waking up. I still know the 4 hour will eventually come back to the 21, but the 15-minute is heating up. Little pump. Like, if you want to get into that, but I said it's still high risk because the 4 hours made some space. I'll clean this up with an update around 8:30 p.m. Remember, we generally look for a dump even slightly at 8 p.m. when the new daily candle opens. Remember that too. So, like, when you're in longs and you go underwater right at 8 p.m., it's kind of a good thing. As long as you don't get stopped out, it could be setting up for you to win. If it starts pumping right at 8 p.m. and you're in a long, you might want to think of like moving the stop to break even after the pump because there's a good chance that thing isn't real. It comes back your way. And that's all just understanding candles. See, yesterday I see the 15-minute headed to the 200 MA, or you know what I mean, or in that 21. In the video we said it looks like cat ears are going to slow. I said I either see a sideways price action or slow dump. So you could short, but it may just do nothing or get a little bit of a move. Yeah, there's a little bit of a short there to be had, And then we wake up the morning and there it is. It's the 1 hour's at the 21, just as exactly as I said I was waiting for. You see what I mean? Like and I've been doing this for a long time now. That SpaceX trade did not play out. I have to hold that to my, it went down bad. Just like they just went. So I guess they like to set up these trades for retail on the stock market and just completely obliterate it. So now let's do my top 10 analysis. And we're going to see. I want to see if there's another scalp here. I don't want to give up on price action if there's some act. I mean, that's interesting right there. Look at that. It's enticing, right? The way the daily candle looks today, the small time frames could get what I call fried. Just like put in a place where we have never seen them in like maybe in 100 or 20. You haven't seen this in every once out of 200-300 days. The daily candle will do something so extraordinary that it'll obliterate the small time frames. It'll get it's just like when you get a massive dump. Like, look at this. This was an obliteration to the shorts. Like, you flip this upside down, and that was just a massive dump. That looks like a bear flag that's going to continue lower, doesn't it? But the 21's really far from the 200. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some type of weirdness here. I'm not trading this. I just want to make that clear. Just watch it in price action right now. And but maybe you never know what I'm going to do, actually. I don't want to say what I'm going to do because I might feel different in 2 minutes than I feel now. Something might change. But right now, at this present moment in time, I don't feel the chase. I don't feel the need to chase anything at the, we'll see. We'll see how this outcome plays out here. I'm relieved I step up to the bat every single day I hit this stream. And I put out who I am and my strategies. And if they don't play out, they don't play out, right? If they do play out, they do play out like I go for it every time. So, and, we go from there. I just get so, it's just like getting up to bat. I get relieved when we hit. Yeah, 5 minute wants to come back to that 21. I mean, that's a good distance. What a night. And again, that's all you need for a day's. What's crazy is to someone else that just looks like an erratic price action that wrecked them. And this doesn't make any sense. And to me, it was exactly what I look for every day. And it was just exactly what we do. You could do this with the NASDAQ. You could do this in any. Let's go take a look at the NQ and let me show you how you could do this in the NASDAQ. Also, the NASDAQ to the, which is interesting, right? Got a little bit of a spike in CP usage out of nowhere and a stutter. You know what I mean? Did anyone feel the stutter? You know what I mean? It was a microphone error that went away, but everyone can hear me now, right? Clean. Just want to double check. I'm going to on and off there, just to double check. Let me jump on into the chat for a split second here and see what's popping in the chat. Lifer, you had that ice glass of lemon water today, bro. It's right here. Yeah, I got to get it. Funny. It looks like you said, wow, you're funny, right? It did glitch out. I heard the glitch, you know. Anyway, I'm just like monitoring, you know, audio good lifer, yeah. Bank Antonio said he sees the stock market coming down next month. He said it could come down starting the end of September, but he does see it down in October. You know, let's take a look at what he's saying here on the bigger picture. NASDAQ actually pulling back today as Bitcoin pumps, right? And let me see what's going on. Oh, okay. Did I pause it? Or yeah, there we go. Ooh. Okay. I see what you did there. So, when you look at the NASDAQ right now, right? To me, it's like you got to make that bigger inverted head and shoulder. You don't have a bear div on the bigger time frame just yet. You see it like the weekly and is going down. You know, you could say there it was, and we're starting to react to that. The weekly 21 is strong, though. You have to remember that. If you got to break it definitively and come back to the 200. Even if we do that, they are raising the 200 so high, right? Now, like the crash might not even be that bad. Whatever crash, you know what I mean? And then this could end up being like this, and then it'll still break out. They're printing too much money. Like, see how this was the crash, but the crash ended up just turning into consolidation. So every crash looks like it's just going to consolidate over time. Looks like you're good to hold the NASDAQ for 10 years. I could be wrong. But into 2035, I believe profits will be had. There will be a crash. I think somewhere down to maybe 23 from here, if at the worst. But I don't, you know what I mean? I'm just looking at the bigger picture for everyone now. So now let's kind of dive in. And I could be wrong, but that's just something I'm looking at on, you know, because it's the overall money printing that no matter what you do, these are real companies. You know, the NASDAQ is made of speculation and I get in SPAC and all that other stuff. I get it. Not everything is exactly what it is in the NASDAQ. But at the end of the day, there's many a company like NVIDIA that sells actual things. Like I buy everyone and their mom got NVIDIA in their computer right now. It's a monopoly. Like either you got NVIDIA or you don't. You know, I love AMD, by the way. I'm a huge AMD guy. I always have. I was trading AMD on the stock market for years. So I'm partial to AMD instead of Intel for whatever reason. Just how I am. I'd rather buy an AMD system than an Intel system. Again, they probably work just fine. I'm a Ryzen 9 guy. You know what I mean? I got a 59.5X. You know what I mean? I love it. Thing rips. Eventually, there's going to be a major correction. Gold, yeah. So, yeah, I see something like this possibly for the NASDAQ. Just kind of back to the 21. You got to wait for the 21 on the daily there. Made a lower high, but I just find it, we got to consolidate. It's summer consolidation before the big pumps that come. September, October. So this will be the second time that me and my buddy there, like, you know, great guy, super awesome. But I challenged a lot of his logarithmic ideals years ago, and I was long, and I was correct. And no worries, it doesn't matter. It's not a competition, but I definitely nailed it. If you could do anyway, I think the one time he hit it when I might have been overly bullish. So nobody's 100% right. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's actually true though. So anyway, my whole thing is this. I just want to see the daily reset in the stochastics. If we can do that, maybe we don't. Maybe we are in for a massive move down. And this is kind of like a shoulder, head, right shoulder to have an ugly move. But my thing is this, they're printing so much money. I don't understand how things that are already valued at a certain area can lose more value if the dollar continues to come into circulation. That props up what that value is. And the more they print, it seems like they continue to vote for deficit spending here. And it's really crazy. Anyway, so tweezer top. The second a green candle closes next to a red one, a red one closes next to a green one, you have to start thinking that we're going down. What I start looking for is I look left to the next wicks. And what you can do is you can always buy this with the stop above the next wick. It starts to drop, and then you move your stop to break even the second you can. I mean, that's a way to short the market. Very simple way to do it. Again, it goes also with my strategy because you got two things running. You got a bear div, really, because that's a swing up while this is pretty flat. If you go back to like the 22, I'm sure there's a bear div for sure. Look at that. It's like, and you're away from the 21-day moving average. As I always teach you, especially on that daily is very far from the 21. You don't keep buying when things are away from the 21. That's when any one of my students should take profits. You want to buy when you're deep away from the 21 on the low side. You want to sell when you're on the other side. This is like what's called a seesaw trade on the 21. You get in on the low edge because right now there's a lot of weight flipping it the other way. There's a lot of shorts on the other side. The liquidity's in your favor to long. Up here, there's too many longs now. They're all late. Everyone will get in on this candle here because they're candle traders and something, Whatever it is, you know what I mean? And then maybe they're all defiant. It has to keep going. And you know what? There's a chance that we just kind of come here and go sideways and break out. It may not be that deep. I'm telling you that money printing is strong. So yeah, a little bit of a pullback in the NASDAQ, but to me, it doesn't look so bad. How would you have traded the NASDAQ with my strategies? Check it out. You'd have woke up this morning. Let's go look exactly the time. Let's trade the NASDAQ together as if you were Sam Price, all right? And see what money you could have made today trading Sam Price's style. Okay, 11:15, and this is the futures, right? And we'll just start off say you woke up at 6 a.m. today. Here's 5 a.m. right here, 5:15. I think a good time to trade the NASDAQ and Bitcoin is about anywhere between 6:30 and 7. If you're really seasoned, you can wake up a little later. The less you've been trading, the earlier you got to wake up because you need a little more time. You need more price action to watch. Straight up. Luxury is to the guy that gets it, But so here's the deal. You wake up at around 5:55. And you map out the market. You spend a half an hour alone in your room, in your trading office with the door closed. No distractions. You don't go read a bunch of stuff. You don't do anything. You just sit with the chart and you map out your levels, man. So like I would have woken up this morning if I was trading the NASDAQ, and the second thing I would have seen here at like 6 a.m. is I would have said, dang, look, we're below the 200 moving average. And I would have drawn a trend line. So like we have basically two options here for Bitcoin. It's going to attempt an inverted head and shoulder, or it's going to do something kind of like this and roll over and continue in what's called a descending triangle. I said, we're already in a downtrend. Where's the last support with resistance? It's right there. So you could have maybe a stop somewhere around here. So I would already start projecting the idea that we're going to go a little lower based on the trend, but I don't know what's going to happen, right? It could reverse. And I'm only going to take like a right shoulder, or as I tell you, I'm only going to take the reversal if we get back above the 1 minute 200 moving average, right? I'm only going to take the long on the NASDAQ. Other than that, the short is in play, right? So let's kind of see what happened. Let me get rid of my yellow lines and watch, So I'll teach you to read the market based on the moving averages. The 21's below the 200. And you don't have a strong, now there's a little bit of a bull div here, but it's only as strong as the resistance. You got to break back above that. You can see what it does is it kind of just makes another lower high, right? So you would extend this and you just sit with price action. At this point, you're like the divergence didn't break the previous high. We kind of almost have a double top, right? And start suggesting that you could definitely take the long. Now, look, the long's in around 10 o'clock in the morning now. I mean, the short, sorry. The short's now in around 10 in the morning. Okay? And it's not amazing. This is the trade I would have taken. I would have waited consolidation, got in there. It may not, you know what I mean? So it's not the worst. See, and then that's what the NASDAQ gave today. It wasn't amazing. You know, Bitcoin had a far more spicier, funner move, right? It was funner to trade Bitcoin than the NASDAQ. But you could see how you could trade it, you know, flip it upside down. We would have traded it the same way we traded Bitcoin, 21 above the 200, and maybe this continues to pump. You see what I'm saying? Right there would have been the entry, just like BTC. They just traded opposite today for whatever reasons. Look at that 1 minute still inside this little bull flag that I've been watching. Be careful, it could fake out. It might get a monster pump. Let's finish. Let's do our top-down analysis here for Bitcoin. I've been waiting too long. Shout out to everybody here, 11:05 on August 18th. Man, what a beautiful day it is to be alive. God bless everybody here, and God bless anyone that rents or hangs out on my Airbnb. I'm so blessed that there's anyone there. Thank you so much, dear Lord, for that ability to run an Airbnb, and I hope my guests are super happy and everything goes absolutely well today. We all prayed yesterday for great intentions, and today's going to be amazing. Thank you, dear Lord, for making it amazing. I know I'm going to get a call, and it's all going to be great. So I'm just excited, and I'm blessed. Thank you for everything in my life, and thank you for the ability to have the opportunities that I have today. Shout out to everybody with me, and may God bless you all. All right. Let's take a look here at the monthly chart. So every single day I do what's called a top-down analysis for Bitcoin. In my trading group, we've done it already, but it does shift and change. We've already had a pretty big move, 64,800 of the small time frame. And honestly, wow, what if this, it kind of makes me want to, I'm going to look at it. Funny, it's like I always say, I'm going to just take a look. You got to know we're extended on those big time frames. A lot of times it looks really nice on the small time frames, but it's a mirage. It's not real. Especially if you already made gains too. A lot of people take what they made and they go all in with it. Like I might go 1 for 7 on this. Something small. That way you still go home with some money. Small wins add up over time, I'm telling you. No, today is the day that we prayed. Yesterday we prayed for today to run smoothly. Today's the day that has to run smoothly. Yeah. I was setting everything up for today. I was setting good intentions for today. Yeah, amen. So another prayer my way for today to run smoothly would be a blessing. Just for great intentions and for all things to be lovely. It just has cascading effects. I want it to be beautiful. That's all. I desire all things to work out in the way in which they shall, and the greatest opportunity, and for God to protect me from any danger. Amen. This looks sketchy. This could easily just come down. Be careful. I'm not saying long this. I just want to make this very clear. I'm just looking to see what would happen if I did long. I don't want to just gander. It might move, but the way the moving averages are, it shouldn't. It should move. Should turn into a descending triangle here, like so. Look. And hopefully go down a little bit lower. No quarantine, though. How about the Folgers? It's a coffee mixed into some milk and Trader Joe's shredded wheat in the morning. Keep repeating. You're funny, man. Hey, man, you do whatever you feel is cool. I don't tell nobody what to do with their life. I like to fast. I don't eat anything until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. I do it every single day. It keeps me very vibrant and moving. I love waking up with just nothing. A little bit of water, a little drink here or there, a little of this and that. I'm not even a big coffee person. I drank it in the summer for fun. I haven't had a sip of coffee in since I've been home in like 17 days. It's weird. Today is a very blessed day. Laura, let the guys have a blast. And Sam, have a more. No more. Yeah. Sam reads so many posts. We love you, man. We appreciate it. Fasting is good for your body. 100%, man. I need comments. Yo, keep the comments pumping throughout the stream. It's so important. We keep those comments pumping throughout the stream. This looks bearish to me. Back to the 200 moving average. As I have a long open. No, but I'm just serious. Like, the other long's been open for a long time. That long's been open a long time. Don't look at that. But that looks bearish to me. NASDAQ looks like it's going to hit the target. See, like, this is how this stuff works. You can predict any market using the moving averages. It's not that hard to do, man. You could be a genius. Your people will think you're a magician because you understand the 21 and the 200. Like, I made a video about it today. I said, just stop. Like, it's simple. Like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. This whole section moves too. It's like, it's weird. I can't, like, there's a way to do this. So I'm like, damn, it won't like stay there strong. It always goes back. It's a bit weird. Maybe I like it like this. You never know. Do I want it lower? It's a little better there. That works actually. I think it should be like right below the head. Yeah, I like fasting. I just eat like nude 7 or 8 p.m. every day. Yeah. So look, this looks exactly like the falling wedge from the last bottom. With just so much accuracy, it's insane. They have the up, the little dip. They're just so they're twins, man. Bitcoin goes a little lower, like what, you got like 2 or 3 more months, and then that's your bottom. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm looking for this inverted head and shoulder here. Make a higher low in November, somewhere between November and December 1st. We make the higher low, and we start ripping to the ups. We make the right shoulder, and bang. By February or March, we're on a tear. We get a pullback here somewhere in April or May here, and then sell in May and go away. Everyone gets all bearish back to 80K, 87. And then that's a cup and handle, and that's the last time. And then we blast through 100,000. And that's this cup and handle here. Same kind of story. And Bitcoin just continues in the Sammy cup and handy that it always was in. Pull back, and, the 98, 100K region becomes the bottom. Somewhere in May of 2030. Which propels us for our next move to the upside, which sends it to like 206,000 by about 2031, 2032. That's my prediction for Bitcoin, that we're somewhere around 205,000 by 2032, right? January. And then we're going to go into a halving. That's going to be this one of the, wow. That halving is going to be really in price. And then by that time, barely any Bitcoin will ever be made. I think 1.5 Bitcoin gets made per block at that point. You know what I mean? It starts getting very scarce. By 2036, Bitcoin is so scarce, it's insane. Like, you can't just, it's not on the exchanges as much. The miners don't, people are going to start getting really greedy with it. They're going to be like hurricanes, man. Seriously, like, there's only 25,000 hurricanes out there, and then not all of them are 4-wheel drive LPs. So if you want them, you know what I mean? If you buy the right Lamborghini, you drive it somewhat nicely and sparingly, you take care of it, that thing could pay you back. If they keep printing money, then, and you keep your Lamborghini in mint condition, that it could pay you back for sure. So I like what the monthly's doing. Let's take a look at the 2-week chart. Any car too. You might like something else. You might like the Bentleys. You might like the Valhalla. I really like the Valhalla. That Aston Martin's just classy. So we talked about how the 2-week chart is in a bullish divergence. Told you that I'm bullish on the weekly, I'm bullish on the monthly, and I'm bullish on the 3-day chart. And I'm sticking to it, and it's taken forever. These are long-term trades that take a long time to play out. Wow, the 5 minutes looking pretty interesting right now. $5 minute looks like we may get some pumpage here for BTC. Look at that. That looks nice to me. But we got to get that 21 in action. You know, that could happen. I'm open. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm always sitting there with an idea that's possible. I wouldn't be here in this seat with you if I didn't think things are possible. You know what I mean? Like, who leaves their job, starts live streaming during the pandemic? Who does that and ends up coming out of it a winner, changes their whole life during the worst scenario when most people's lives are complete? And my life was complete. You know, I ended a job I had for years. I left New York City after 19 years, moved back to my home, the home I grew up in. Was sleeping in the room my parents, used to sleep in after they passed. Every night, just kind of thinking about them a lot. And there was a bureau. I don't know if you remember, like when you're 8 or 9 and your parents say we're going somewhere. Like, okay. And my mom had a bureau in her room, and whenever she opened it, the metal would hit. She'd get ready. She'd get her jewelry on, and I'd hear that bureau. I might smell her perfume. Yeah, we're going to the museum. We're going out to dinner, whatever it was. Whenever we went somewhere, I heard the sound of the bureau metal there bounce off. And it's funny, just some days I would go in after my mom died, and I would hit the bureau that way, and it would weirdly hit nostalgia. It would hit my mind as if I was 7, 8, 9 years old, about to go somewhere with my mom or my dad or the family getting ready. And it was like, wow, man, like crazy. You know what I mean? I eventually moved out to Florida because that was just like, you know what I mean? I wanted to kind of change the way my mind was interpreting reality, and it was good for me. So, I have to be honest, it was really good to change settings up, and because now everything's new to me. I never lived here before. Every day's new. I go somewhere new. I see things new. I'm getting to know the town, but it's still a new day every day. I've only been here 2 years. It's not like a town I grew up in for 20 or 30 years, So what an interesting way to change your life up, change your setting, man. Sometimes you need it. I think there's ley lines here down in Sarasota on the Gulf that just put you in a good mood, too. I think there's a vibrational energy here. I think we're constantly grounding ourselves barefoot in the quartz sand too as well. And going in that salt water is really is taking away all that, the Wi-Fi on you. This looks like you could get a pump. Am I in right now? It's interesting. It might be worth just 130 for 800 here. But I know I can also be getting sucked in by what looks good in the small time frames, but isn't that good in the bigger ones, right? The newsletter is beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I left one of my 2 day jobs last Saturday. Neither my managers or myself have contacted the others, so we're at a standstill. The big corporation kept glitching my systems. I'm moving into trucking soon. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope everything works out and it goes your way, though. Sounds like the most beautiful place in the world. It really is, man. Crystal clear waters at Midnight Pass this weekend. Me and my kids, and it ran like a lazy river. You could get in it, and the current would take you back in. It was so beautiful and special. $162 for 700. I don't know. That looks like it's going to spike. I'm going to miss it and be happy with what I made today, because I'm already in pretty deep. All right. Your Lambo is pristine. Honestly, I'm jealous, man. Did you see it? Are you in Florida? I appreciate that, man. You know what? It is clean. I keep it as clean as I can. Every time something tiny happens, though, I'm like, but what are you going to do? You got to just... It teaches you to not care about material things. Isn't that weird? Buying something what seems on the outside to everyone else is so material teaches you not to care about material things at all. It's a bit odd. There's a juxtaposition. Once you get there, you'll get there, and you'll know what I'm saying. So, look, there's a fall. That's a bullish divergence there on the 2-week chart. And that's a bullish engulfing candle in the 2-week now, boy. And they tried to hold us down, and I told you that bullish divergence should never be held down. I told you I cannot short bullish div on the 2-week. I said it's only happened once, 2, 3 times, in the entire, my wife was on the weekly screen share, or I think, no, yesterday morning or last night. No, my life, last night's update. I had my wife just kind of watch the update, and I showed her, man, this is why I believe with strong conviction we have bottomed. Stochastics is below in the 2-week chart. The dotted line's there. And the fear and greed was, below an 8, a 10. I mean, we were at 5 twice and an 8. And people always think they're going to get better prices, and they never do. Like, they miss out. They really miss out. So, hey, it's happened to everybody that thinks they know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. I don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. All I know is the indicators are at a screaming buy. See? I don't claim to be to know exactly. All I know is the indicators right now are where they were years ago when the bottom was in. And that's a very rare sighting. And it's crazy. We're coming up on a year from the exact top. Wouldn't that be amazing if when I go to Singapore again, we revisit with a boom? Remember, I made some big gains in Singapore, about 22 grand in that week. We made it was amazing. Can we do it again? Can we pull off a massive win in Singapore? I believe we can. Anything is possible, folks. Yeah, just looking for 4 years max. I have a degree and a bunch of certificate demands all paid by the certificate supply chain professional, freight, and broker. Nice. Have you ever tried looking at Gamma? No need. I know about it, though, and I use Gamma rays and Gamma flags. Have you ever tried it? Yeah. Are you enjoying the stream? There's no $sign on peace of mind. Nope. No $sign on peace of mind out there. I can't agree. Anyway, so the weekly looks good to me with this bounce back to the upside. And we're back above the what? The 200 moving average. As long as we stay above that 200, and anytime you're below it, that is a screaming spot buy. You do whatever makes you happy, but I am teaching you. And this isn't just Bitcoin. This is how you buy AI assets. If you want to get into the AI, if you want to get into any investment in your life, you should be using the weekly and that 200 moving average. I'm telling you, it is a gold mine. It is a gold mine. Not getting in right now is very hard and takes a lot of patience. It does. Even if I miss a massive pump, I'll be very amazed that I had the patience. I'm long, baby. Life or vision locked in. Now let the chart do the talking, my man. Long and strong, but stop loss still coming with me, my man. I'm long. Bulls shaking these ropes. Wow. Juice mode. Shout out to Little Time Miming in the house. I'm long, baby bulls. Start shaking those ropes, my man. Volume. Is there any old school alts that still interest you? No, not that I know of, yo. Old school? Oh, yeah. I mean, I like BNB. I like Solana. I mean, old school. I thought I was like, how old school does he want? Like, I mean, I like BNB. I like Solana. I still hold Cardano, but I don't really know why. Just because I love Charles, but it really shouldn't be, whatever. But, shout out to Greg, man. Is your Airbnb in Florida? No, it's not. No. It's in Massachusetts. It's in Taxatuses. It's in Taxatuses. Yeah. No, so look at the 5-day chart. It looks very interesting, too. Shoulder head could be an elongated right shoulder. I've seen these play out. And you don't even need it as an inverted. You could say, you know what? It's a cup and handle, dude. That thing could go even a little more sideways and then wrap, just. So, hey, the bullish scenario still lives. My bullish idea is still alive. Remember this right shoulder? I thought they crushed me here the last 9 days, but we came back strong and ate through it all. A complex inverted head and shoulder, a double right shoulder, I guess. A drifter. But I am bullish, man. 64, 764, 728 still for Bitcoin. And it's important you put in the work. See, I put in the work for hours a day, and that allows me to make trades that make sense to me. My brain needs a lot of information to process, and for me to see it the way I need to see it, like I found out how I need to do it. Everyone is going to be different. The way you interpret information, the way you trade, the way all this stuff will be different for you. No one is the same because no one's brain is exactly in the exact same frequency at the exact same moment in time. So you're learning every single thing is going to be slightly different. I know I can help you because I've helped many people, thousands of people around the world. So I know what I say resonates through multiple channels of frequency. I've gotten the feedback from many people. So have no fear. We can teach you. You will win. We just gotta, we gotta make sure we grind consistency into your mind and discipline. That's all. Nobody said it was going to be easy, Mama said there'd be days like this. Mama said there'd be days like this, right? So look, technically still bouncing on the trend line. Can almost say the whole time this was the falling wedge that I just, and then we're going to head back to the top. If we break up there, we do break this bigger trend line that I'm showing you here. That falling wedge here that we're kind of cooking inside. The daily is strong. Very odd, strange price action, but hey, it is what it is. I like it like this. It faked out. So weird, but it faked out, came back inside, got real tight again, and broke out again. Very awkward, though. Not the dream. For most people, will be like, 12-hour, 22, above the 20, and I'm going to kind of keep shrinking this for you and get you. So this is kind of where we stand. Again, we're back to this exact same place we were at before. Does Bitcoin decide to make that head and shoulder on us? How do we react to the 21 and the 4-hour? These are going to be the questions you should be asking, and really. So this is likely to make a red candle next to it and to dump slowly back to the 21-day moving average, turning into a beautiful consolidation that I can just eat right up. There's a bear div here on the 2-hour chart, which usually consolidates from a massive power grab. They went after that price action. Not giving up, man, on the smaller time frame. Look, there's a chance this thing still. I don't know what's going to happen, folks. My years of probability just tell me what could be possible more than most people, and I have to take a shot at one or the other. That's actually looks like it broke out at this point. So if I did get into that, you'd be buying the breakout. But it's close to the 21 above the 200, which tells me that that's a buy. 167, I could be way less greedy. Watch. $100 for 478, right? I'll lose that one. I'll lose $100. So be it. Not really a big deal. Why do I hesitate? Ooh, wow, that looks interesting. Looks like it's about to just pump, right? Now, what do I got to lose? Let's make it interesting. We'll roll that dice. But I do know it's very high risk. There's a chance it doesn't work out completely, Up $9. We'll see how this trade plays. I'll be very quick to get in and out of this one. If I get anywhere near here, I'm out. I'm not even going to try to get to the top. Really, an extra $50 would be great. Not losing the trade would be great. You know what I mean? I know I'm taking a bit of a risk here. You know, I don't know what you're doing, but I know I'm taking a bit of a risk. Okay, here we go. $18. Can we move it? Can we move the Untitled? Already handily moving things up, right? I know in my heart it's, but hey, you never know. You never know. That's why this one, the ones at the end of the pump should be lower risk, So the beginning of the pump is when you, by here, if you're chasing, and if you haven't made any money yet, chasing this can also hurt because it's like, you'll take the last call and we grabbed so many people there. There's some leftovers. There could be some leftovers here, some late shorts that think they just decided to short really fast, and there's just enough up here for us to grab the top of that wick. I've seen it. They'll just go grab the top of this wick. So I'm just so much better at nailing these types of situations. I've navigated the past 21 days, but I acted incredibly. So much volatility, and you kept us away from big losses. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say. Question, Sam, how do you let your winners run? I just let them go. Keep the stop loss right above break even and don't look at it. Just like I've been letting this loss not get hit. Same idea. You just don't get impatient about it, Got chlorine down my leg. Just wash it off, right? Oh, man, that stinks though. 4 hour looks to be enough to keep the move on Link going. Yeah, I don't know. Here this comes now. This doesn't, I'm not trusting it. $2, no dollar. And it was either going to pump or I'm out. I want to be very, very, very selective about why or when I'm in a trade, I'm going for a $60 loss here, really keeping it very low risk. See, it's all about risk management. You could have 10 $60 losses and two $2,000 wins, and you could be 2 for 10 or 2 for 12. You see what I mean? And you'd be up $1,800 or whatever, $1,400, right? It's resetting life or short-lived, I think. Yeah, probably ephemeral. We'll see. You never know, man. Nobody knows. Let's go back to our top-down analysis. Oh, that I accidentally just closed. I hit the close button accidentally. All right, so we were here on the 1 hour. A little bit of bull div, but look, the 1 hour is pushing, man. The 1 hour has some ferociousness to it, folks. It has some veracity. And it's got a measured move. It almost tells us that we're going to have to sit back and wait for the 1 hour to at least hit 65.5. And then and only then may we relax. Wow, we are getting the move, folks. We're getting the pump so far on the 3 minute. I'm on the 3 minute here. I had to zero in a little bit. Again, 26. I'm not trying to say it's amazing. I'm risking $60 at this point to gain 700 or 400. 60 for 400. It's an 8, right? An 8 to 1. I mean, that's great. Little under 7 to 1. Before 20, 6 times 7, yeah, it's 442, right? So 420. But it's 400, so I made it 420, right? I know, you're going to laugh. Oh, they won't let me. It's 419 or 421. So funny. Big no. Put a dot there, though. They let you do it. Okay, man, Buso on the 15 and the daily. I'm going to take a look at what people are asking about on these super chats as we broaden our horizons here and get deeper. But I want to teach you how to day trade. I want to show you the educated way and the proper low risk management way to day trade. Proper risk management way to day trade, with the lowest amount of risk you could take. That's what I really want to teach you. How to navigate these markets with the lowest amount of risk, because I am a scientist when it came to deduction of risk. And I want to peel away as many layers as I can so that I have the highest probability of winning. By doing that, I have to be in the market for years to really see what the dangers are and to mitigate those dangers year by year by getting better and better at understanding the science and the math. And the more I process the data, the better off I get at mitigating the risk, right? And so, and this is just a cycle that the brain goes through, and your subconscious mind gets good at doing it too. You start mitigating risk in your brain. You start understanding the risk that you're taking every day when you're getting into a trade. All right. You said low sell volume coming. I don't know what that means. I just look at the chart and trade like caveman. I trade green candle. No talk about that. I trade green candle. I see candle, I trade. Why not short? Delusional wins every time. I love it. How you take 127? That's a skill. Bang. I'm selling volume coming. He's selling. What does he say? Low sell volume coming. I mean, low sell volume means a pump, right? There's no one there behind the spot. This to me looks like it broke out twice now. Like, that's a breakout. Come on, send it, baby, send it. It's outside the range, baby. At least give it a double toupee. A double toupee. A double top, right? Okay. Fed Watch, man, which has been giving us some good news. There's a reason why we're kind of sliding in there. The NASDAQ did its thing for a while. People already made a bunch of money there. But now there's 65% chance they're not going to cut the rates in September. That's smoothing things over, and then we're going to say, what is he going to say? You know what I mean? It just kind of, it sounds nice. It's a great vibe, right? Bitcoin looking really nice on the 1 hour, like it just wants to continue to the target. The target is the measured move, folks. It's really even bigger. It's about 65,600 for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP yet again and see if we see any curveballs in there in the liquidity zones or if it's all love. I mean, you can even go up and down there. I mean, you can see there's a lot of liquidity. There's a good chunk up here all the way to 69,000. Right now, we kind of took out the bottom a little more. There's a little more lower than us right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up getting cleaned up. But right now, there is some at 64,000. Could be a chance this, we get a little bit of bear. I mean, there's a bear div on the 1 hour time frame, is there not? Got this sharp swing up and a swing down on the RSI. Maybe it comes up a little more and defies that, but right now there's a bit of a bear div. I like the stochastics RSI. They want to continue with the green R, though. Look at the green R, showing its signs again. It wasn't there till right there. That's a head and shoulder that could defy, but amazing, right? Say, do you remember Christo's restaurant in Brockton? I missed their food. There was a Christo's in West Roxbury. Not in Brockton for me, yeah. But it's still there, actually. There's a Christo's in Westy right now. I believe so, yeah. Might be the same owner. His dad ran it, and then they moved, yeah. Yeah, if you want it, you could just go to West Roxbury. I think it's the same. It's a Greek family, man. Christo's Pizza. This is it right here. It's really good. In Westy. Little spot, it looks like this in the front. It's really good, man. But it's not like unbelievable. It's more like it's really good for like a football day. It's really good party food, you know what I mean? Can you look at law, especially the MACD of the daily time frame? I know it's a high risk, low cap. Okay, thank you for saying that. I mean, you set the groundwork. You said, I understand what I'm doing here. So still consolidating. I'm not risking a lot. Almost not worth looking at. We'll see where we can go with it. My man asked for LARB. Bova's Bakery in the North End. My man. Over here. Santapios, huh? My head full of blood. I bruised up. My friends left me behind. A party someone else called him. I'm so sorry to hear that. Dang, man. What happened, bro? Thank God I'm still alive. I had an accident when going out with friends last Saturday. Had a concussion due to a combination of alcohol use, warm weather, and not eating well. Fell on the ground. Dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. Dude, alcohol yet again? Dude, I remember I'm hammered in college. I had to go get my buddy. I'm in the wrong place. I don't know where I'm going. You walk all around campus, and then you find out that they only allowed one gate to be open, and I would have to walk all the way across campus again. So I just jumped the fence. And it was an 8-foot iron fence, that I had never really jumped before. All I remember is the concrete getting closer to my face and hitting the ground. Just getting up like nothing happened. You know what I mean? Just going on to headbutt somebody that night and just putting myself through I had massive, and probably to this day probably aren't the best, but I hit my head. Hit my head a lot drinking, man. Yeah, so another reason why drinking wasn't good for me. I got in physical altercations. I hit my head a lot. Bad. I put myself in danger. And I'm not doing that to myself or my body anymore. I got 3 beautiful girls that need their dad every single day. I can't be a fool with my body. So, got 6-ring candles. What's up with that? We'll take a look at pulse chain, some pie-dye. Some P-dye. Those P-dye fiends. Nah, but seriously, that P-dye. What you know about P-dye? P-dye. Let's take a look at this. Any altcoins doing any damage today on the bigger set? Gnosis, GNO. Up in the game. Morpho, which we actually liked and have watched. Zcash has been lackluster near protocol. I like Venice token. We talked about a DC around 10-11. It has a real use case. It's back at 14. The thing continues to do damage. And it's funny. I talked about 3 coins of the stream yesterday. Remember? Only 3 coins I went over. I said I'm talking about Pump. Remember? Said I'm going to talk about Pump, Hype, and Venice. It's funny. And then I saw a channel, and those are the three videos that they had out, Pump, and I was like, maybe it's obvious, or maybe some people are, flatteringly enough, believe my content is amazingly great to reproduce in some way, shape, or form. So, hey, look at Hype. We talked about it breaking out here at 54. It went to 59. It did what it was supposed to do. So far, so good. Looks like it could continue in this slow move to the upside. So Hype's still looking pretty good to me too. Let's take a look at the bigger picture for Hype and do our top-down analysis. Anything I really like, I look at it for a nice bit. So Hype bounced off the 21 moving average. And what I see happening is probably a bit of an inverted head and shoulder, but on the weekly. Like it's going to turn, it's going to come up, right? You know what I mean? So it's going to take its time. Because they'll probably get into prediction markets. They'll probably get into stock trading 24/7, Big news yesterday was reported, and to bring it to you now is the NASDAQ, right? Exciting news to be honest. And as I went to bed last night, I'm sitting there and I'm like, whoa. Let me see what it is. But it says that a couple things here. Oop, no. NASDAQ announces overnight session, 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. starting December 6th. So they're going to start trading the NASDAQ overnight. It's going to get crazy. All you NASDAQ traders, you now have another session opening up, which is pretty insane. I bet you guys are like, dang, I would love having to be able to turn off my computer and relax. Now I'm going to have an opportunity to get pulled back in and overtrade. They're like, they want to force you to overtrade because you guys were doing too good. So they made the longer market in the middle of the night. Or you won't have good sleep, and they know they can take your money. But we'll see. It's opening up to international trading, tokenized trading. Everyone's trading everything around the clock, 24/7. It just is what it is. And this is where we're headed, folks. This is where we're headed. Hyperliquid looks to me something like this. Looks like a really good DCA. Could it slump with a black swan and dump with Bitcoin and then have to come back and return? It could be. May not be the greatest, but you never know. I'd like to see Hyperliquid get a bounce here, and it looks good to me. We have been calling that long since we put it out. And it has been bouncing off what was a Fibonacci, of course, too, as well. Hopefully it's my ticket to some nice money. We could do the semi-special on NASDAQ all the time across the 200 MA in the 1 minute. Of course you can. Yep. I converted everything into cash, cat. I hope it works out for you, man. God bless you. I converted everything into the love for my wife. You know what I mean? Because that will get me through at the end of the day. That will eventually spawn all my bigger wins. Everything comes from me and her holding each other down. Liquidity going to be thick. Yeah, what's it going to be like over there, man, from 9 p.m. to 4? Sam said 8 days off and Wall Street took it personally. I know, right? Dude, NASDAQ, 9 p.m. to 4, huge news. It's almost like, it's actually exhausting for me, and I don't even trade the NASDAQ. I'm like, oh man, that's exhausting. I like being the top dog, the only market open all 24/7, and soon it's going to be everything. Not just crypto. Risking $62 for a possible move, and they might even just wick me out and then pump it, though. That's the only kind of creepy thing. What do I got to do to hold that wick down? I got to give them 120. It's like, see, it's like the trade-off. We should lose this trade based off of the bigger time frames. But, you know, there's just no guarantee. fact that we consolidated this much too is a little interesting. So, is she right behind you? Of course she is. You know, I was buttering her up like a piece of croissant toast. Don't say that out loud. Is that for everybody or just me? Sure. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. You know, 30-minute might get busy here too. There's just a bare div there. I'd look more at that 1 hour, that 2 hour. Let me get off of going. Just want to have a couple ideas here. We got our initial pump of the 1 hour. Great. It is showing bare div, but I don't know. Stochastic still got some love. For me, there could be some more pumpage here. You know, this candle closes at 12, and then if it gets a little dip, this next candle could pump. I could see us head up to 65.5 before we start to actually have to come back to the 21. So we get another pump and then go sideways here, and this could take some time. You know, and then we break out of that. It's looking somewhat promising that the smaller time frames could win. So, you know, we'll see. And if you want to trade with me live like we just did, trade live on Weeks, baby. We nailed it in and out. All right, in and out. We also have links to other exchanges that we absolutely love, but Weeks is the banger, baby. And it's been holding me down for a long time, and we've been having a blast trading on Weeks. So blessings to everybody out there. That was that nice little scalpelino. And look, it was a $200 move. We took 459. That means it was like a $120,000 trade. It was a decently sized boy. Wow, there's still a chance here. I'm telling you, the way that 4 hour is looking, we could add some more gains to the day. We really might. I'm long here in another scalp on the smaller time frames of the 5 and the 3 minute. Just watch it to see if this 21 above the 200 could pay the trader inside consolidation. It's a very simple reason to be in a trade to do the same thing over and over again. Right? Exactly. Here comes the make or break moment. Candles print when you want them or not. Set a trade and walk away. Yep. I had some dream about Cash Cat making me 50 grand plus due to head. Oh my gosh. Nice little move there for Bitcoin. The highest we've been on the trade, about 39, 1.81%. Can we get the continuation to the upside? And to the trading group, can I take the day off for the rest of the day and just come back tomorrow? Didn't I do my job already? Or do I have to keep working all day? I just want to know. Like, let me know. Like, is it okay? Like, isn't it a 7 to 5? If I get you paid between 7 and 12, like, is there anything else you need from me? Or do you want me to hold your hand until like 10 at night like I do every night? I'm probably going to still do it. I'm just asking. I probably should never ask for any time off. Never ask the boss for time off. He'll never give it to you anyway. He'll work you harder. I prayed to God for help. You know, he gave me more shit to make me strong, you know, but whatever. Bear's payment is due. No extensions, no payment plans. Pay the trader. Amen. Yes, Sammy, you're good, brother. You've done enough. I mean, you're chilling, man. All right, let's take a look at the super chats and see what's cracking today before we miss out on some fun. Not one super chat today. That's interesting. That's the first time in a long time. I'm actually flabbergasted. That's fine, though. No worries. We don't need it, but dang. Did someone see my bank account or something? I was like, dang, man. He didn't give us enough good trades. Nah, that's fine. The chat is separation. Don't ramp them up. I know, right? You've had my money long enough. Run them. I'm wondering if they changed like the rules today or something. Like, and like, you know what I mean? Seems weird. It's the first time in like, I think hundreds of days. Whatever. I'm not begging for a super chat. It looks like I am. I don't want to look weak there. Like, oh, please. It's all good. I just make sure I don't miss one. I don't want anyone saying, hey, I said a super chat. I didn't get that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's about, what, 15 minutes into the stream. That stutter. I'm just going over that stutter right now with my AI watcher. You know what I mean? Again, this trade should not play out based off the bigger time frames. They should be stressed and started to consolidate. If this pumps, it means we're getting into a very extended place on the bullish, in the bullish case here. Super chat for you, Sam. Cheers for turning out. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. I just want to make sure they were actually working, to be dead honest. Like, I want to make sure they were working. Thank you so much, Chef333 Lifer. God bless you. Yeah. Yeah, his Lambo plate says super chat. I know, right? That's a funny one. I should actually do that. That'd be funny. Super chats. Long term, everyone will win if you hold something down on the right crypto. I mean, I don't know about, I don't say, I just read that. I don't, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know who will win and who will lose. I do know that most people that never give up win. The winners are people that, I do know the winners are people that never give up. Winners are people that don't believe in luck. They create luck by never giving up. If you just keep pushing every day, you don't need to be lucky. You just need to be there every day. Could I have a Dogecoin analysis for long time face? Have a great day, Rob Rahman. Let's take a look, Robbie. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Wow, another super chat. You people are so nice, man. Super chat just for you, Sammy. Cheers for tuning up, bro. Thank you so much for the $10, bro. You didn't have to do that. Lifers, like, join, no days off. Reliable J, I love you, man. You're the man, dude. He's like, come on, Sam. Anytime, bro. If you feel like I will fill you with abundance, says Reliable J. It didn't sound right. But, everyone knows what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm just, I know I was wiping some dust off. You know what I mean? It was like, I said, no, I was. That's why I hit it twice. I'd be the guy with a 1990 vehicle, but I don't license plate. It's don't matter to me, right? Sure, Bitcoin seller buy from which point? Going to vote, fam. Love, light, and happiness to all. Yeah, vote today. Today's the date to vote. And that primary. What's a good place to go? Where are you going? And is the library still the spot? They're doing construction there or something, right? It's funny. I got up in 2026, my man. Dude, we're back in this possible money pump. It's so crazy what's going on here. So, you know what? Why not? I'll get a little more out of the day and turn this into a $1,000 day and be on my way with these money printing ways. So we're inside another scalp here for Bitcoin. And let's just double check here. We said 333. Thank you. Super chat for tuning out. Thank you. Someone asked for Doge. Let's take a look at Dogecoin and a long-term analysis for Doge too, which some I haven't done in a long time. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. All right, Doji boy. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, kind of complex head and shoulder. If you look at it right off the bat. Kind of like descending triangle they could dump, but it could also be that bottom. Trying to finally saying enough is enough. Kind of an Adam and Eve here, spike up, spike down. Oh, it's not amazing. Could be some descending, Doge. Is it going to come back? Are these coins really all destined for greatness, or is it over? Because everything that happened with Elon, the government, and Doge, and so crazy. It all started so well, and then it just too much got exposed. We can't do that. That's linked to this, which is linked to that, which will get this person in trouble, and you're getting too close, and we got to shut that down. That's not what we're, you know what I mean? Because we open up the mind, the public side of that, then they'll go to this, and we want them over here, not over there. That's what happened. You know that, right? Like Doge was doing its thing so well that it got too close to home. Some ally, someone we knew, didn't want to be dug into because they were connected to something, and they said, you end that now before it gets hot. And the directive came, and someone listened like a good puppy. And now we don't have really this. That was hot, right? Things started to seem like we were getting some exposure. Not so much anymore. Doge is on the weekly bullish div, just like Bitcoin, which tells me that it's likely bottoming out here with the rest of the market. If Bitcoin goes up in a massive run and really goes pumpy, I believe Doge will follow. What you're looking for is a daily tweezer bottom, which is a, And, you have to trade it just like I trade it. We both don't know what's going to happen, right? So we both have to take a shot if you like it. I wouldn't trade Doge right now, but it says, hey, a bottom out with, I'd really try to put my stop below this wick here and hold it long term and see if you catch this. You have to actually catch the absolute bottom. That's what's kind of crazy about it. You're either catching the bottom, it's going to go sideways for a long period of time, or it drains lower and really turns to nothing. So I don't know. I don't think it's worth taking that shot for me, but that's, this is what you got to figure out for yourself. Right now, it is, to me, the absolute bottom. Like, this has to be the bottom for Doge. If it's not, I don't know what else to say. Sorry. If it's not, I don't know what else to say there. Look, I'm real. It's a real mic. It's not an AI mic. So we'll see. And you can see this Adam and Eve beginning to kind of hang out here too, which I wouldn't be surprised if that plays out. Keep that on the radar and watch that. Fear and Greed at 41 today. Pretty sweet. I see hyper continuing. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing just starts to rip. Hyper liquids over here. Put it on the 1 minute, put it in this flag and see if it can stay in this flag and continue. Starts to come down, so be it. But if it flags out and goes sideways a little longer, it's telling us a bigger pump is coming for Hyperliquid. Are we going to win this long? Who knows? It's very sideways, which I would expect here after the bigger pump today. I don't expect to win this trade. I expect this to consolidate on the 4 hour and get a little more help with what's happening on the details of the 1 hour. And then we go from there. Again, we got the pump on the live. It was awesome right at the beginning at 10 a.m. So we were able to capture the pump. That's what you want. The biggest price action happened while we were live. Like, you can't beat that. Now we're going to see what happens throughout the day and just kind of continue the prowess here. So there's the 21 above the 200, and we can see where this goes. So shout out to everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you guys. And we thank you so much for being awesome and absolutely amazing. And we cherish your friendship and your love. And bang, that was a beautiful trading day so far. You don't want to push it or go too hard, right? And now for the last look, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you're not sure, you can always hold shift and go sideways. 33 minutes straight of sideways price action. Looks a little promising now as we have a downward wick that came back up. Can we get the pump out of this to the upside? Would be so cool. Boom. Send it. Very high risk watching a very tight flag here on the 3 minute. Even more intense. Any thoughts on AAVE? AAVE, let's take a look at AAVE. Ave Maria. No, I just love that song. I hope no one's thinking I'm being rude. I grew up Catholic, going to Catholic church, man. Yeah, so far, you know what I mean? So good, Any thoughts on AAVE? Let's take a look. AAVE is good lending and borrowing for institutional support, big money. When AAVE starts to move, it means the market itself is waking up. Last time I looked at AAVE, it was at this beautiful trend line, but it came down and almost stopped out. Didn't stop out yet, but almost did. And now it looks kind of like a double bottom. It doesn't look amazing, right? So let's see. Hey, Crypto Live, love of the show. Can you check out RH? We'll see what it is. I have no idea, though. I might have to look at it privately, and then if I do like it, I'll take a look. So I'll swing this screen over here. Oh, it got deleted already. I think someone must have looked at it and decided we don't want that here. So, yeah. We just don't want to encourage contract addresses being, thrown at us left and right. I think that's the point of that. My team seems to be on it. Very protective, very spot on. So look, AAVE, can we get this bigger bounce here to the upside for AAVE? Tighter inside the zone, that's what I would see. And it looks like it would take some time. Could definitely be a bottom buy for AAVE though. You're near the 200, but you're a little lower than it. After a higher low, kind of an inverted head and shoulder. I like what I'm seeing, yeah. And AAVE could be waking up. Again, it all depends. Bitcoin would have to go on a pretty nice tear too. And there's our baby what if kind of forming this beautiful cup and handle. So I'm looking for this cup and handle to form. And, just like I've seen many, many times in my life, nice little pullback. Could it go to zero? Anything could happen. You never know. But in holding a 13 mil, Once it gets above 10 mil and stays there for a good, a month or two, that's going to be a really good sign that this got strong, a strong backing, good liquidity. He's saying, could you please look at WOJAK? Someone's asking for. Let's take a look at WOJAK. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. That will come back to you tenfold. Didn't have to give, but you did. Unbelievable. WOJAK. So last time I looked at it, we were looking at it in this giant falling wedge, and it looked like there was a potential move here for WOJAK. Let's zoom in and see kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah, I mean, it's got a higher low. Possibly putting in a falling, like a cup and handle here. And if the whole market does go, WOJAK may pump. Very high risk meme. I get it, but it had a big following and people will pay attention. And it's a newer, it came out in this cycle of last, so. I know what that green line is, though. I can't seem to get rid of it. I don't know how I put it there. It's a massive green line, or that's weird. I don't know. Oh, there we go. I don't know what that was. What was that? Seems to have something to do with the moving averages, right? Wow, that's like a moving average. Like, it's kind of weird. Did WOJAK pump out of nowhere and like now it's, I don't know, something, or it's just not getting read right by the moving averages, yeah. Happens on smaller coins sometimes that just don't, have the best liquidity, so. I see what you're saying. It's got these higher low. It looks like it's going to push to the upside, the way it's digging in. I don't know for sure, but it's looking pretty good. A higher low, cup and handle. I can see it head to this top here, even higher. That's interesting for sure. I think you may be onto something when it comes to WOJAK. Wow. God bless you, Mama 911. Appreciate that. All right, Charles, Richard, how many more? Yeah. I'm going to look at it if here. Agree. It's slow, more showing more and more strength. Appreciate all you do. I like it. And here we are. We're still in the long. That is up $47. And we only used $2,000 in liquidity. So, wow, nice pump there. Up 48. Let's see. Can we get a move? Keep getting these little pumps that turn into little dumpies. Nothing crazy. Just fighting through. That's kind of where I'm going to stop for the day here, everybody. And I'm going to pick back up inside the trading group. Go to CryptoLifer.com. CryptoLifer.com. Stop playing yourself. Make it happen. Hang out with people that are posting charts, getting it in, and looking at this market every single day. You'll be around enthusiastic people that love trading. If that's what you want to do, that's going to push you to be enthusiastic about your trading and to keep pushing. So I'd love to see you in there. We are watching and in a trade on the 3-minute and or 5-minute chart. Higher risk as the bigger time frames, right, are away from the 21. Like more than normal too, you know what I mean? So you got to tell yourself this may not be the word, right? I'm expecting it to just finally make some type of Adam and Eve double top with a lower high and crush me here. See, like this? Rounded top and dump. Wouldn't be surprised if I just move this to break even and call it a day. We just get hit. What if it dumps and pumps though, Semi? So be it, man. The bigger time frames don't look amazing to me. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Don't look at that like it's a perfect flag like we normally traded earlier today. Two different flags. One had everything going for it. One did not. All right. Doesn't mean we're out for sure. This might pop. Nobody knows, baby. All we could do is keep going at it every single day. I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for your viewership and your time. God bless every single one of you. And there we go with this because now, yeah. But thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate you all for jumping on in. It's been an amazing journey to run this live stream with each and every one of you and have your awesome viewership, your participation, your super chats, and your comments. And the stuff you guys talk about the market is amazing. Thank you to all the comments and everybody that jumped on in. I really appreciate it. And thank you. I love you all, and I appreciate you all for being absolutely amazing and awesome. May God bless you. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for your time. And my words of gratitude, there's really no words I could use, but I'm so very thankful. I appreciate you all, and I'm so grateful for this wonderful live stream, and I'll be back tomorrow with another amazing, amazing full throttle live stream. We hit another trade. 2 yesterday, 1 today. Tomorrow, you might get paid again if you pay attention with the lifer. I love you all. Thank you so much. Go to cryptolifer.com if you want to hang out with me in the trading group, because I can't put it all live all day long. Jump on in. I'll see you soon.